Most people think marathons are only for elite runners. But what if I told you I walked an entire marathon, 42.2 kilometers, in about 8 hours at 57 years old with friends by my side? This isn't a story about speed. This is about taking on a challenge and proving to myself that I can see it through to the end. Hi, my name is Lana, and welcome to my next best life. This channel I have created because I am going to retire from teaching full time in less than a year. This video is part of my Midlife Yes project, where I am saying yes to a new challenge, big or small, each month as part of creating my next best life. This is Koba, and he's a big part of my current life, and he will be with me as I go through this journey into retirement. I wanted to walk this marathon because I had completed two half marathons, running marathons, when I was younger. I had two knee injuries because of the impact that caused, I guess. And eventually my doctor told me to take up cycling. However, my youngest son took my bike one day and had a big wipeout with it and totaled my bike. So I decided to take up yoga instead. But running the marathon or completing a marathon has always been on my mind. It was always a goal I wanted to complete. And now that I'm not a runner anymore, I decided that there's no reason why I can't still complete that distance. And so my friends and I decided to set a course, and we walked 42.2 kilometers. I'm 57 years old. My father died when he was 56. He was a walker himself, but that's a part of why I decided to still continue with this, because walking is it's something that makes me feel good, and I'm hoping it's going to help me live a long and happy life. I thought I would be walking alone because I wasn't sure anyone else would be interested in doing a challenge like that. But I had two friends, Jen and Lisa, come along for the ride or for the walk. And then I had other friends who joined at different legs. We broke the marathon up into 4 sections, and we were very fortunate to have friends join us at different parts, or even just stop by with lemonade or a tray of fruit. Say hi, buddy. We need to get walking right now, though. So I'm taking our dog Koba for a walk today as I explain how we did this marathon. And so you're going to hear his noises. If I don't move fast enough, he'll let me know. And if I stop and talk, he'll complain. So I'm going to walk and talk and explain how we went about this marathon. So as I said, we divided it up into 4 different legs. And it was from my house out to a certain point. I live in the country, so most of the walking was done on a country road. We walked out to a point, turned around and came back, had a bathroom break, walked out again and back, out again and out again. So 4 times. And it was nice because different friends joined along different parts of the route, and that broke it up for the 3 of us, which is really great. Jen, Lisa, and I started around 6 o'clock in the morning in August. I can't remember the date exactly, but in August, on an August morning, we were just after sunrise. It was beautiful. It was cool. The weather for the day couldn't have been better. It was partly cloudy, so we had shade. And because we started so early, there were long shadows on the road, so the sun wasn't beating down on us, making us too hot. There was a lovely breeze. It just couldn't have been a better day. So we were fortunate for that, because as I mentioned, our training, we had some big time weather this summer. Canada is all over the place with weather. So people normally think of Canada as this winter landscape, and it is that. And we did start walking, I think it was February or March, and there was snow on the ground, icy roads. And when you walk on snow, if you're not familiar, it's a bit of a calf workout. Your feet kind of dig into the snow a little bit. You do have to be careful of icy patches, and that can affect your balance. So we had that. So we walked maybe 5 to 8 kilometers during those chunks. And I don't have pictures of that, unfortunately. But then as spring came, we were able to walk without the ice and snow on the roads. But we faced challenges like heat waves. This summer was a really hot summer, and we had a lot of heat waves. One time I was walking, and and it was so hot. I started at 4:30 in the morning, and it was still so hot. And by the time I got back to my house, and I think I did maybe 10 kilometers that day, I don't remember exactly, but I had heat exhaustion. I felt nauseous and dizzy, and I just had to get inside. And once I got inside into the air conditioning, the nausea went away and the cramps went away. So that's how I know it was heat exhaustion and not being sick from something else. But wow, I don't ever want to feel like that again. We also had tornado warnings. We also had wildfire smoke, which in Eastern Ontario, it's not that common. So that just tells you what's happening in the world with climate change, doesn't it? So we had a couple of times where you could smell it in the air and it wasn't easy to breathe. And we were told to stay indoors as much as possible. So we had our challenges with the weather. But fortunately, the day was perfect. My friends were supportive. And I honestly don't know if I could have done it without my friends, because it's not like running where the impact really is tough on you. But you're still very sore. Our feet were killing us, and our ankles, our knees, our hips, our lower back, all along there, like all of the joints ached so much. But we kept going, we kept pushing through. Lisa is a very experienced athlete. She's done many marathons. She's done Ironman. She's done triathlons. And she has the right attitude about how to complete a challenging event like that. Jen also has experience with running, and she had a wonderful mindset because she said, my body may not be able to complete this, but my mind can. So we went at a pretty good pace, because I honestly thought we would take longer than 8 hours. I thought it'd be closer to 10 hours, but we were able to do it in 8 hours. And I think that pace is really amazing for a bunch of middle-aged ladies. So I'm really proud of us, and I feel really good that I was able to complete this task, or complete this challenge. I did learn a couple of life lessons after completing this challenge. One is that age is not a factor. If you want to complete a goal like a marathon, you can get it done. You don't let age stop you. It's just a number, and you can prepare for it, and you can get your body into condition, and you can have your mind ready to go, and you can do it. You may not run it, you may walk it, you may have to make some creative changes, but you can still get it done. Community makes hard things possible. So I really thought that I would be doing the marathon by myself, because I didn't think that others would be interested in only walking one. But to my delight and surprise, my friends signed up. So I just think that's amazing. So you never know until you ask your friends and family if they'd like to be involved. You'd be surprised. They might be excited about it as well. My friends are so excited about it that some of them are even thinking of making it an annual event. So, woo woo. Another lesson is that walking is just as powerful as running. So I did my goal. I didn't run a marathon, I walked it. But in my heart, I feel amazing. I feel like I have succeeded. So you can be creative and find ways to attain your goal as well. It doesn't have to be the traditional way. Something else that I learned was that a quote from my friend Jen, where she said, mindset matters more than athleticism, which I think is brilliant. We didn't really fully feel prepared or trained enough, but I think that's always going to be the case. You can always train more, but with family vacations and our schedules conflicting over the summertime, we definitely could have walked more. But once in our training we got to the 25K mark, we thought, well, if we can do 25K, we can push on to 42.2. So that's what we did. Mindset matters more than athleticism. Hey, buddy. Shake. We had a couple of funny moments along the way. One time we were walking by a house that had a couple of black Angus cows that had gotten loose from a nearby farm. And that just makes me laugh because we're used to seeing lots of wildlife. We see turtles and snakes on the road all the time, plenty of deer and rabbits and foxes and those kinds of things. And we hear coyotes in the distance. But to come across a bull and a cow, like a couple of lovebirds, Romeo and Juliet escaping from a farm, we just thought that was hilarious. I feel really grateful for some other friends who didn't walk with me for the entire journey, but there were 3 friends, Anne, Gail, and Sharon, who walked different sections with us, and they helped to break it up because having different conversation all along the way made it go, it's good. It was good to like distract my mind and not think about how sore my body was and to think about other things and just keep going. And they were coming with fresh legs. So not that they pushed us necessarily. They were very mindful of how we were feeling, which is very considerate of them. I also want to say a shout out to our friend Anne, who she had to work that day, but she came by in her work vehicle with some lemonades right at the perfect time, right at a sunny spot when we were feeling a little hot and we just needed a little break. And wow, lemonade tastes good in those moments. Nothing like it.
Oh, sorry, just wait. You got them there because I'm not.
I'm doing a video. Hey, Patty.
Hey.
What you got there?
Lemonade for you walkers.
Guess what? We just passed 21K.
That's amazing. Amazing.
So I want to say thank you to all of those gals who supported us. Another friend too, as well, Debbie, came out and with a tray of fruit, watermelon and orange slices. Oh, that was so invigorating. The last person I want to thank is my son, Alec. He came by, first he came by on his skateboard with Koba, our dog, and to cheer us on. And he brought us some snacks, like some dried fruit and things, and extra water. And then he came by later with the car so that, because we were saying we might want to take ibuprofen partway through to help with the inflammation. So he came back with some medication for that and took some pictures of us and some video. I have a little shot of him skateboarding by. And then he came and joined at the last little kilometer or so just to be a part of the cheering. And it was great. I'm very fortunate to have one of my sons be a part of this experience. I'm very proud of him for being so kind and thoughtful to his mom and his mom's friends. We're doing it. We're on our second leg, 42K. How many kilometers are we at?
We're at almost 15.
Thank you, Alec, for all your support. There's Anne on the second leg joining us. Gail came along
how
for
many
the third
K?
leg.
21.
We made it to
Halfway
35
there.
kilometers at that point. Lisa's Garmin was very helpful. Sharon joined us for the final leg, and we did it. There we are. There's the route, out and back 4 times, 42 kilometers. We walked a marathon, folks. There's the final. I'd like to thank my friend Lisa, who went out and had this wonderful medal made for Jen and I to commemorate our first marathon. It's very thoughtful of her and very considerate, and I really appreciate it. She didn't make one for herself because she has lots of hardware from running the Boston Marathon, Ironmans, many marathons, half marathons. She's done it all. So I really appreciate, though, that she knows how much your first marathon means. And so she made this for us. So I'm going to treasure that. Our friends and I have decided that this is not going to be our only marathon. We're going to make this an annual event. We're going to try to walk a marathon every year for as long as we can, well into our old age, as long as our bodies can hold up, as long as we have the mindset that we can do it. So if you'd like to join along, comment below and you can join us. We're going to make it an annual event. We're going to tie it in with Terry Fox Run, because Terry Fox was so inspirational for us, so motivating for us. He ran a marathon every single day until he got to just outside Thunder Bay, September 1st, 1980. He had to stop because the cancer had spread to his lungs. And since that time, Canadians have been carrying on his legacy, raising money for cancer ever since. So next year, the official Terry Fox Run date is September 20th, 2026. And our group, we're going to get together and we're going to do something to help commemorate that special event. And we're going to join in and raise money for cancer and just to keep Terry's efforts alive. If you'd like to join in, just comment below. Or if you have other challenges that you're competing or that you'd like to do, some things that are on your list of goals that you'd like to complete, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you're up to and what you want to do. I'd like to cheer you on. I'd like to encourage you to have the right mindset. So please comment below and let me know what kind of challenges you want to do. That's all for this video. Please like and subscribe and all that stuff. But I do want to make sure I thank you for spending your time. Your time is precious, and you gave up some of it to watch this video. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.